That is an interesting question and kind of tricky to answer. Well, of course, it's still enjoyable. I wouldn't do it if I didn't like doing it. But I do have a variety of traveling that I do. So part of it is, well, work only, but I would consider that if I flew up just for a show, did a show, spent the night, and came back. That would just be solely a work trip. Which I usually don't do just because it would be hard to pay for the flight unless I used miles, and then the hotel unless I used miles. So yeah, I could, but then I'd be using up all my miles, and breaking even isn't ideal. So the second section is a work trip where I have a couple days. So that's kind of like work/vacation. I'm there for the show, but I extend it by a few days. I stay in Florida for some extra days, go to the beach, or California, go visit places. So those ones are different. And then there's travel where it's just visiting family, so obviously no pay, but it's still enjoyable and something I like doing. And then there's vacations like New Year's, traveling with a group of friends and doing stuff like that. Or there's solo travel to go to like London or something like that, just to see places, see a few shows, get away. And New York, visiting friends out there. So quite a variety of different types of vacations, but it's still all travel, I guess. And I enjoy all of it. It's just, yeah, it's not as exciting when you do it all the time. The law of diminishing returns. So it kind of goes down. And yeah, that's just part of it. I think this is my 21st trip. Like I consider kind of when it's travel out of state. If I just drive to a nearby city, or we did Mount Rainier last year. That wasn't really a vacation, so to speak, although it's in my gallery. But the trips where I have to take a flight, because that involves all that extra work of airports and flights and transportation. Now, yeah, this year 21 trips, 21 travels. So that's 42 flights, and there'll be 2 more before the year is even up. So a lot. But last year was 36 vacations or traveling outings, travels, I don't know what to call it. 36, so that's 72 flights. So 72 times getting on a plane, and 36, that's like 3 a month. So yeah, that one was a busy year for travel, for sure. Before that was 17, so 2022, 2017, that was before. Most of it was before I moved, but some of it was after. But yeah, definitely a lot in the past few years. Even 21 had some, and 20. I think it really ramped up. I guess after COVID, everything just kind of ramped up a lot. So still enjoyable, but yeah, not quite the same. And what would make it probably, level up the excitement would probably be, obviously more distance between trips would allow me to anticipate and look forward to it, of course. And but I don't really want to wait for the sake of waiting. I want to, just travel as much as I can and enjoy the world. Also, where I travel too. If I tend to. Well, I tend to go back to London because it's inexhaustible. Like, there's no way I could do everything there is to do that's fun and exciting there, unless I just did it every week. But there's also new places, and that can be exciting. It's just sometimes with new places you have to factor in a lot more planning. It's not familiar, so I wouldn't know how to get around. I'd have to, that can be exciting too. But there's a balance between both, have their pros and cons. I guess the plan is to consider the right frame of mind, just make sure, understanding that to appreciate things, but also not everything has to be, action-packed going from one place to another. I mean, traveling can be enjoyable, just kind of hanging out at the hotel and relaxing and having some downtime, or I don't have any requirements and stuff like that. So that's a nice part too. I don't try to do that all the time because that's paying money to kind of do nothing, but in a way it's also good to relax in a new place. So that's the way I feel about traveling right now.